Over the past couple of months, we've sought and identified 5 quality coaches that we had anticipated offering the job to, but our number one priority was always Kristian. Kristian not only brings the coaching credentials to our club, but also his knowledge of the local area and the local players was immense importance to us with our notice that we were in the competition towards the end of the season, so we had to hit the ground running, and there was no better man, we thought, from the outset, and we're very pleased to have him on board. There's a lot of top coaches in the game possess a great determination and drive, and Kristian is one of those. Their qualities, I'm sure, that he'll impart onto our players. We need to have that determination and drive to succeed from the outset, and we think that's very important with the Mendi Blackhawks. He's had great success at all levels in his coaching career, and we're very pleased, obviously, that he's accepted the challenge of moulding our squad into a competitive and very successful team that we can all be proud of from 2015. I personally have had the pleasure of working with Woolfie on 2 other previous occasions for considerable success, and I hope that continues in that vein as we all embark on the challenges that face us in a very, very tough Intrust Super Cup competition. Without further ado, welcome on board, mate.
Thanks very much.
Adrian, you said 2015 and beyond, is he signed a multi-year contract?
Yeah, Kristian has. Sorry, I meant to mention that. Kristian signed a multi-season deal with us. Obviously, his ambitions are to go higher as a head coach, and we love that. We want that about him. We want that about all our players. So they come here, and Wolfie's coaching them to go forward. I'm sure he'll mention that as well. But yeah, it is a multi-year deal, and we're very happy to have him on board, and hopefully he stays here for as long as he can.
Look, there's a lot of appeal. Obviously, the opportunity to come back to an area that I'm very familiar with and very fond of was one part of the appeal. To a club that I've had a history with, and also the excitement of starting up a club in such an area as Townsville. It's always been a really strong district in terms of rugby league, and there's lots of other things that made it even more exciting. We're certainly hopeful of getting a really strong calibre of player together. And, I think that the Townsville District's rugby league competition at the moment is in a really strong place with some players coming through too. So, as I said, there's a lot of exciting things for me. I mean, coming into the competition late means that there's some players that have signed elsewhere that we'd love to have playing with us, and some of those are players that have an affiliation with the area. We're obviously going to be starting with the local league competition and looking at guys that we think are up to the next level there. There's a lot of guys from the Townsville area that are playing their rugby league, whether it be Q Cup or second tier NRL in other areas that have had to move to get that higher level of footy, and that's the sort of guy that we want to target first. I mean, our focus there is to get the guys who've come through our area and grown up in our area to be playing with us first. Anything else is a bonus, but first and foremost, we want Townsville District kids playing for Townsville Districts. Yeah, guys like Michael Parker Walsh and Nathan Norford, and there's certainly a few others that are obviously very, very good players in the local competition here at the moment, and I certainly think they've got the ability to play at a much higher level. A little bit of that's going to be dependent on them and how hard they want to work, and we've got a very hard task ahead of us. We're starting from scratch, and we want to be the best prepared team in the competition, which means we're going to have to work harder than any other team in the competition, particularly starting from scratch. So it's great that those guys want to be a part of it. I think they can play at a higher level, but they're going to have to work very hard as well. Look, not going to make any outlandish sort of predictions at this stage, but like we said before, we want to be competitive straight away. In terms of how we prepare the team, I think we're in a position to be a benchmark there, and we need the players to want to come in and buy into that and want to work just as hard as we want to work. And again, we'll be competitive. We're certainly not going to make any predictions. We'll look to start early November, and obviously Happy and myself need to work really hard to get a full team together by then. It doesn't give us a hell of a lot of time, but we're pretty confident again that we're going to be able to come up with the type of calibre of player that we want, and be ready to hit the ground running in November. Look, I made the decision to come here because I think it's a step forward. I be a head coach, and this gives me an opportunity to be a head coach. It also gives me an opportunity to be, as I said before, involved with a club in an area that I've had a long association with. And you only get one chance to be a foundation coach, so I see it as a step forward.